Hi viewers, thank you very much for coming back again to Real Life Talk. Where you are always appreciated. Ladies, today our topic is amazing. I have an amazing lady with me here, and I would like her to introduce herself to us before we dive into our topic. Very important topic, a topic where men needs to hear it, children needs to hear it, and women especially needs to hear it. So I have my wonderful friend here, specialist in menopause. Ladies, I know this, most at times we don't talk about it, is very important. You need to hear this. And if you are listening to this channel right now, I want you to forward it to somebody. Forward it to your loved ones. Forward it to men. Forward it to children. Let them hear it so that we can all prepare ourselves for the natural thing that women will go through. Without wasting much time, Doreen, you are most welcome into Real Life Talk. I really appreciate you. I know how much you are very busy, but you've made time to be here because of your love and the passion you have for what you do. Please, if you can kindly introduce yourself to my lovely viewers, why you are in the studio today.
Hi everybody, I'm Doreen and I'm postmenopausal. Menopause, it's a natural state of life. It's not a disease, it's not an illness. It is the natural process that we go through when we get to a certain age. And guess what? We're going to talk about it. And men, this is your opportunity to do what's right by your partners.
Oh.
Join us, be there, be in the space, because it's all about the family.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. You know what? We have few questions, Doreen. As we all know, can you tell us what is menopause?
Right. Menopause is basically, in the simplest form, it's when women stop having their periods. Now, this usually takes place round about the age of 45 to 55, but women can stop having their periods before that. And it's a stage where it can be, we call perimenopause. So the perimenopause is the signs and the preparation and the transition into menopause. Menopause is actually just the one day. And when you've not had a period for 12 months, that day after is called menopause, and then anything after that day is called postmenopause. So it's a transitional period, which is perimenopause, which then leads into menopause. And it all sounds complicated, but basically you've not had a period for 12 months, and then you're into postmenopause. And there are lots of different symptoms which we'll talk about and touch on later.
Wow. Ladies, viewers, there's an event that Doreen is holding with a joint with a charity. This event is for free. And what Doreen has done is that he's bringing doctors to do scan on women. Any woman that will be having about 100 people in that place, we need you to join. And they're going to have time for everybody, because this event is so important. It came out of her heart to organize this event, and I don't want you to miss it. It might be for somebody, it might be for yourself. Even if you are a man, I want you to come, because you will hear things and you might see these symptoms in your wife, and then you'll be thinking, oh God, my wife has started menopause. So please, men, do not exclude yourself. Make sure you come to this event. I will put the event, date, time, everything in the information box for you. So please do not miss it. It's going to be on the 18th of March. Please, Doreen, can you tell us, when does menopause start?
Well, menopause usually starts typically around about the age of 45 to 55, but some women can start earlier. You can have premature menopause, which they may well start in their 30s and 40s, usually in the 40s, and it's premature menopause. And there are lots of different stages, because everybody's body is different.
Okay.
We all experience different things.
Right.
But generally, the ages are about 45 to 55. and if you start earlier, it could be for lots of reasons. Maybe you're having surgery, maybe as a result of medication that you might be taking, or you might be thrown into it early as a result of being prepared for particular surgeries. Like when I had fibroids, I was thrown into early menopause for about 3 months in order to prepare me to have my fibroids removed. So there are different reasons why people, start menopause early, but typically we're looking at it in your 40s and going into your early 50s.
Ladies, as I said, please put your comments. If you have any experience yourself, we are trying to help our community here. So if you've had any symptoms yourself that you are not sure of, please feel free. Put your questions there. I will pass it on to Doreen and she will definitely come back to you. Doreen, please, can you tell us what are some of the symptoms?
Right, yeah. There are over 40 different symptoms. But
how many?
Over 40. And they think there may well be over 60. But the common symptoms that a lot of people seem to talk about are like hot flushes, night sweats, irritability, vaginal dryness when women are having intercourse. Feeling moody and irritable, and joint pain and forgetfulness and brain fog. And these are typical things typical things that happen to a lot of women. And the sad thing about it, a lot of women don't even equate that they're going through the menopause with these symptoms, and it affects a lot of women in their workplaces.
Wow.
About 20% of women actually experience severe and debilitating pain and symptoms, and some of them even to the extent where they're giving up work because they are not sure, not aware what's going on with their bodies, and they don't know who to approach and how to react. So they're suffering in silence, and we don't want you to suffer in silence.
Wow.
That's why we're putting on this event. Come along, join in, share your experiences, and get some help.
Viewers, I'm so shocked. You might be thinking, what's going on? I'm telling you, 40 and up to 60, that's a lot. And we need to discover. Maybe you might be going through it, as I said, without knowing. Please don't miss this event. It's a free event. All you need to do is to register free and come. There'll be lunch, there'll be entertainment, there'll be a lot of questions so that you go home prepared, knowing that definitely if any of these symptoms comes up, you will know. We might not be able to say it all today, but trust me, when you come to the event, you will not miss out, because you are going to go home with loaded of information. So please do not miss this event on the 18th of March. We look forward to see you at the event. Our next question, Doreen, is that what temperature are there for menopause?
In terms of like treatment, there's lots of different treatments. The most typical treatment is HRT, hormone replacement treatment or therapy. And that sometimes women are a little bit scared to take that or to actually talk about that, because it was equated like to cancer and people become fearful. But with proper research and with talking to your GPs, you can get a lot more information. Lots of women take HRT because what that actually does is stabilize our hormones, because we lose what we call estrogen, and estrogen is a sexual hormone, estrogen and progesterone, and these are the things that we need to stabilize and balance our bodies, because when we go through menopause, these estrogen is depleted, we get less estrogen, and therefore we have to try to replace that estrogen in order to balance our hormones generally. When our hormones are balanced, it makes us feel well all over. It makes our bodies feel well, it makes our minds feel well, and it helps us to rebalance, regain what we've lost. And that's the issue, regaining the estrogen and replacing that so that we can feel hormonally balanced and well.
How do we get this estrogen? How?
Right, there's lots of ways that we can get estrogen. We can take tablets for it, we can get a gel, and we can have prescribed medication from our GPs. But the issue is that a lot of GPs may not be so au fait about menopause, because now that I think that in their training, they never used to get a lot of training on that. The government's now we'll be looking at giving them a lot more training
Right.
on that. But they can specialize if they want to. And because it seems to be like people think it's a woman's issue, but we do need more research. And
I think
women,
so.
we've got to take control of our bodies. We've got to take control of what's happening to us, and we've got to educate, do some research, and ask for what we need. There are also alternative remedies that we can use, the herbal remedies. Again, if you come to this event, we'll have a nutritionist there who can tell you a lot more about it. And there are basic things that we can use. You can use creams, we can use lots of different remedies, but you've got to know about them. We can use supplements, but again, you've got to know what supplements, because there's a lot of things on the market.
To use.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The market's flooded with supplements.
Right.
And you don't know if it's going to be right for your body.
Okay.
So you need to know.
Right. So for you to know the right supplement to use, is that why we will be having the scan on the 18th?
Well, the scan on the 18th, that will look at your overall health. So
Right.
that will look from your head to your toe. That will give a run and see what issues they are
Right.
that you might be going through in your entire body. And then the medical doctor will be able to look at talking about HRT, whether that's right for you, whether you want to know more about it.
Right.
And then you can go to your own GPs. So you'll be getting a general overview of some of these areas.
Right.
And then you're also in the workshops, you'll be able to ask more specific questions, and then you'll be able to have what we call some consultation after 3:00. We'll have an hour or so of consultation, only for 10 minutes, where each person can come and talk about their own issues
Okay.
specifically and see what we can do. And then we've got courses that each practitioner will have that you can sign up for and talk to those individual tutors in the workshops themselves and find out a lot more information. But this is the start of it, so don't delay. This is your time.
Yes.
Your voice needs to be heard. You need to come. You need to take charge of your life, and you need to do something about it. We're here to help.
Wow. Ladies, what are we waiting for? Let's run for this event, because whatever problem, every woman, you see, it's amazing. This will not escape any woman. Would it escape anybody?
It won't escape you. There are some women, though, maybe 20% or so, who don't experience very many
Right.
issues or very many symptoms. So, they can go about their lives and not have a lot of difference, a lot of change when they enter the menopause. But there are, between 20 and 20 to 40 or 60% of women who do experience, mild to medium symptoms.
Yeah.
And this affect them in their work, and there's 20% that experience severe issues, and it means sometimes they have to leave work, or they may have to get medication
Right.
to help them. So every woman's different. Every person will experience it in a different way, and our symptoms may be similar, but they may not be the same, because we're all different people. We're all unique, and we all have life issues, circumstances, environmental situations, and things that happen to us that may well impact upon our menopausal issues. Also diet. I'm not going to tell you everything now. Come along and we should share a lot more with you there.
Yeah. Thank you very much. My God, this already is a lot of information. You mentioned something about HRT. What's that?
With HRT, now this is an hormone replacement therapy or treatment, and
Okay.
basically these are a medical. You'd have to have a medical test to see where you are and where your levels are, your hormone levels, and then they decide what type of hormone replacement treatment you might need. But this is via your GP, and then they'll give you consultation. They look at what might suit you, and then they'll put you on these tablets or these medication, and you try it out, and if it fits, great, but if it doesn't, then you'd have to readjust and change
Right.
it. It's almost a bit like having contraception, but this is an hormone that balances
Right.
your estrogen levels and balances your body and regulates it so that it can be more susceptible to dealing with the menopause.
Wow.
And settling your estrogen levels. So there's a lot to it, and we always advise you to speak to your GPs so that they can give you full and proper consultation, or your health practitioner, or even better still, consult. There's lots of different clinics. There's a great doctor called Louise Newson who has a clinic in Stratford-on-Avon, who deals specifically with menopausal issues and women's health. So there's lots of help and lots of support out there that you can get. You don't need to suffer in silence. Come along and we'll give you a lot more tips.
Thank you very much, Doreen. You know, we've talked a lot about the events. I know some of you that listen to Real Life Talk doesn't live in the UK. Those of you who doesn't live in the UK, please, what we'll do is that we will try and get a lot of information out and send it to you. Just put your comments, whatever questions you want to ask. I promise I'll send it to Doreen and you'll get the answers. I think with those who doesn't live in the UK, how would we help them? Do you have an idea how we can help them?
I think it would be quite nice if this event was, recorded, video recorded,
right?
And also, that in your own countries there will be some help, and there will be a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists who you can actually consult,
right?
And if you're popping over to England, drop by and see us. And what we will actually do, or try and put on an event, especially for our members abroad, and sometime in the summer maybe.
Yeah.
And invite you especially.
Wow, fantastic! This is amazing. I'm so excited. It's like, I'm kind of like getting myself ready just in case I get there or I'm already there. I don't even know. But we will find out on the 18th. I'll come back and tell you whether I'm there or I'm just almost there. Right. Doreen, can you tell us your experience? Because you did mention something about, being put early into menopause for operation, and you went through something like that. Can you tell us your experience?
Yeah, well, my experience of menopause, it's probably been going on for the last 5 or 6 years, but I never actually realized I was going through some of the symptoms, and that they were related to menopause, like brain fog and not remembering people's names, and forgetting doing presentations at work, and just really struggling with memory issues and loss. Yes. And brain fog was there. Just get irritable. I think it impacted my marriage. It impacted my relationship with my children. It really did. I remember they used to say, "Mom, what's wrong with you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just tired." And I did go to the GP, and we talked about, HRT, we talked about different things, but I didn't want to take any medication again. I was afraid of, a lot of this medication might lead to side effects. So I didn't take anything. I started to do some research.
Wow.
I took 6 months out of work for, I think the menopause was also included in that, but I wasn't aware of how it was impacting me. And so, having taken some time out, I then did a lot of research beforehand and during, and realized that all this is related. And women, those of you at work and are going through issues related to your health, do check it out, because it may well be menopausal and related to the menopause, and you might not have been aware. So get some help, get some support, do some research. It's our bodies, and we are the ones who've got to take care of it, because we're not given a roadmap, for this menopausal journey. We have to navigate through it, and you don't need to navigate it alone. You don't need to navigate it in isolation. We're here to help you. So come along, join us, connect with us, and even if you can't make it, still, put your questions and you're there, and we'll try and answer them. We want to be there for you. This is not just a one-off event. We want to continue this so that you can get the help and the support that you need, because what I've gone through, I really don't want anybody else to have to go through this journey alone. I want you to get the help and the support. I want you to become aware, consciously aware, and to be competent in dealing and navigating through menopause. And we're here to do that. So join us on the 18th. We're going to have fun. Who says menopause has to be boring? On my watch, you're going to have fun. We're going to learn. We're going to laugh together. We're going to cry together. We are going to have sisterhood. And I'm waiting, and I can't wait to meet you. So come and join us.
God bless you. God, I'm just so overwhelmed, because when somebody has been to a road where it's not good, and they can even come and say, you know what, this is where I've been to, and I don't want any of my sisters to go there. This is what we call agape love. This is pure love, and it's all for free. Viewers, we are very grateful to have you listen to us today. But I want Doreen to tell us one thing. As we are going through, she mentioned, I told you this is about real life. It's real. Everything is real. She mentioned that this affected her relationship. And I've not, this is not my first time I've actually heard this before. And that's why I told her she has to come and be a blessing to all of us. People, it affected her relationship. And I'm sure a lot of us, even with our children, because you behave funny. You do all kinds of things that you are not even aware. You don't even know what's wrong with you. What I want to ask Doreen right now is that, how do we get our men to understand this? I know we'll be doing our next episode on how the men can actually see the symptoms as well and help. So if I find out, for instance, typical example, if I find out on the 18th that I'm going to start menopause, or I'm just about to start menopause, and I tell my family, what are the things I should be telling a partner or my children, so that at least they can help me out, but not to look at me like, oh, what's going on here?
I think, to be honest, our family, they can already see the differences and the changes in us.
Okay.
They see the irritability. They see that we're snappy. We might be shouting at them more than we normally would do.
Right.
They see us not actually comprehending or losing and not showing. For me, it was my keys and it was my phone. I'd always ask, where's my phone? I'd ask my daughter, where's my phone? She says, Mom, I'll find it or I'll ring it. So they can see. They're living this with us. So it's really important that our family and our partners, husbands and wives, whoever you are, that you actually listen to us, and actually that we are honest and say, I'm going through something and I think it's menopause and I need your support. So we need your support.
Right.
We need your love.
Okay.
We need you to understand. If I'm irrational sometimes, or if I'm just upset, I might just cry for no apparent reason. Be patient.
Yeah.
Or, maybe give me a hug or just say, Mom, it's okay.
Yeah.
But be aware. Be consciously aware of what I'm going through.
Okay.
I'm going to share. I'm going to tell you. And I might say, I just need time out. I might not be able to do the shopping or want to get out of bed today.
Okay.
Bear with me. Don't judge me. Bear with me. And give me some space and give me some time. But listen. Be there for me, be present, and just be patient.
Okay. You see, this is, if you are aware, the problem and the reason why this event is coming on and the connection after the event is so that you be aware. So that when you are aware, you can say it. Because the problem is when you are not aware, that's where the problem is. So, viewers, we are very grateful. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please do subscribe, like, so that when we post a video, you can always get it. Believe you me, there are more to come on this topic and other topics. So watch out for the next video. See you at the events, and after that, we will talk. God bless you. Shalom. Do you have a last word to say to our viewers?
Please don't be afraid. Come along. Don't say it's not for you. If you're going through, don't deny it. Come along, you'll be with other people. We can support you, we can help you, and you can share, and you can be yourself, because it's real. This is happening to all of us, and let's work it through together. See you there. Can't wait to meet you. Bye-bye.